to today's Paint and Breathe session. If you are new to my lives, my name is Jamie. I'm a mandala artist and teacher. I go live multiple times throughout the week, not to do any teaching or any formal agenda or anything, just to sit and paint live and hang out, and happy to answer any questions as well. So yeah, welcome. Nice to have you here. If you're watching from Patreon, from the link in Patreon, make sure you hit the YouTube, the words YouTube on your screen to open the live fully so that you can see and participate in the comments. Hi, Tina. How you doing? Hi, Cara. Good to see you guys. How's it going? We are going to start with the vase. We've got 2 sides done. We've got 1 more to go. We've got the center marked here. So we are going to go ahead and start painting this. Once all 3 of those are complete, then we will go in and we'll fill in the triangular spots that are left as well to make a big band around. And I might actually do some rows of dots or something on the bottom too, as like another band. I'm not going to go all the way up to the top of the vase, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking so far. So that's where we're going to start today. This one is slow going. And then we'll play through a whole bunch of other projects like we have been on the most recent lives. How are you guys doing? Happy Friday. How's your day been so far today? How are you guys making out? All right. So now I need to remember. Oh, that turned. Why did that turn? Oh, my piece of paper turned. That's not cool. There we go. All right, so I need to go just above this line. And this line. Woo! I've got the dropsies today. Oh, and I didn't put my glasses on. Pooper. All right, I'll grab my glasses too in a second. Your day went good, Cara? Wonderful. Lovely. Hi, Steffi. Good to see you. How's it going? Happy Friday. I'm excited to see this one done. Like it's so slow going, having to wait while the paint is drying so it doesn't slide down. And I feel like it's taking longer than others. Paula Marshall sent me, there was this thing on Temu, and it's a bottle holder, and it's a silicone thing that you put on your table, but it's got an indent in for it for bottles. So I think it's for like people who paint tumblers and stuff, but that would be perfect for this because then it would just sit there and it keeps it from rolling and you can turn it. It was on Temu, so if anybody's interested in looking into that. Listening and working, very nice. Happy to keep you company. But yeah, I've got it in my cart, so my next order, I'm going to get one and I'll keep you guys posted. But because my mug stand is perfect for mugs, but it's not long enough to hold on to something like this, right? So I think that will make a big difference to have something like that to rest stuff like this on. So yeah, and I think it was like $5 Canadian or something like that from Temu. Kind of neat, eh? Patty's here. Ashley's here. Tina, thank you for sharing. You're amazing. How's it going, Patty? No internet or TV from 9 until 12. Oh, yay, the universe was looking out, making sure that you had it back. I'm so glad. Thank you, universe, for letting Tina be here. Painting and listening. Wonderful, Patty. What are you working on? That's so awesome. It's good to see ya. It's good to have you here. Oh, right. I did a lot of this with my dotting tools. I'm really excited to get this done too so that we can take out the stencil in the back, because it's going to look so much better when we don't have to look at those lines and the solid color through it. What's everybody working on? Ashley, are you painting today? Debbie, how you doing? Good to see you, lovely. Oh, is it her birthday today? Or party today? Yeah, Patty, you're painting new paw prints? And how old is Brooke? Bubbles. I do need to go grab my glasses too, because I'm struggling a little bit to see. I'm like, nah, I can do this, but I'm sitting inside in a shaded room and I'm squinting. Nice to see some sun today, though. We're supposed to be getting more rain, but we'll see if that actually happens. Patty, did you guys get hit with a big rainstorm? She'll be 8 on Monday. Nice. I wish her a happy birthday. Brooke is my middle name. It's a good name. It's a good choice. Like I had anything to do with it being my middle name, right? Like, like I chose it. I did not. Yeah. I always loved the name Brooke. When I was growing up, I always wanted to get my name changed from Jamie and go by Brooke. And every time I say something like that, I always think of Phoebe. Princess Consuela Banana Hammock. First name Crap, last name Bag. Yeah, my middle name is Brooke, Cara. Oh, thank you. Her name is Brooklyn, but we call her Brooke for short. She likes to be called Brookie Cookie. That's cute. That's so sweet. Lots of rain. It's nice now, though, that we're starting to see green coming out on the trees, eh? I love this time of year when it looks like there's a green fog all over everything. And you know, it's a little more rain to push the flowers and the leaves out. Bring it. Let's go. Your middle name is Ciara? That's beautiful. Brookie Cookie. That's so cute. Mm. I think I'm going to end up ordering a couple of those silicone bottle stands because I could see like having 5 or 6 of them and setting up a little assembly line and actually being able to progress 5 or 6 vases in one day. It would be so exciting. Just the thought of that. Patty's doing more paw prints. Very nice. Are you working on a bulk order, Patty? Jenna's got beautiful color combinations. Absolutely beautiful. My graphic designer is busy at work, so I'm not sure when I'll get my business card. Work gets in the way of everything, right? Hi, Nicole. How you doing? Good to see ya. Okay, so this is really all that I can do on this one for now. Because if I paint the parts going out to the side, then these parts will start to roll down the sides. So I am going to leave this now. We're going to go set this aside, let it dry, and I will bring in, what's next? Let's do the tissue box cover next. So I'm going to go grab that, and I will be right back. Choo, choo, choo. Okie dokie. Tissue box cover. I have guidelines I need to draw ahead of time, and then we can continue on. I think I still need my stinking glasses. Hold on a second. Here we go. Got them. I love this. Everyone's sitting and being creative together. She totally does. She sees colors so differently. You do too, though, Ashley. I think that's the beauty. We all do, right? We all see them in such a different way. It's so cool. It's so cool. I still maintain, anybody, if you are not already following Ashley here in the comments, Keeping It Crafty with Ashley, her work is striking, but it's also soft. I find it when I think of Ashley, when I think of your work and your colors that you choose, there's some striking pieces, but you do soft so well that, yeah, it just blows me away. I'm like, you do some beautiful soft colors. So yeah, thanks, Tina. I like this one too. I like this color combo. I'm enjoying this a lot. Who's Ashley? Huh? Never heard of her before. How you doing, Jess? It's good to see ya. All right, so right above that dot, is that right? So see, I drew the guidelines on here when I was doing these, but I didn't draw them on the other 3 sides, so now I'm trying to remember where they start. So the bottom one, okay. Okay. So this goes down to here. And that goes, that's not right. Yes, it is. Sorry, I'm going to be talking to myself for a minute. Okay, so now yes, okay. So now this one goes this way to here. You know what? I think I need to do it a different way. Hold, please. Oh, stupid eraser. All right, gonna try that again. All right, I'm scrolling back. Catching up. Not being creative today, just packing. How's it going, Debbie? You doing okay? You taking breaks? Happy to keep you company, though. Trying to prep for Patreon tomorrow. Yay! I still have to do that, too. I can only make about 3 paw rocks a day with the cement, right? Needless to say, I ordered another mold. Right now, I'm just painting different color combos. That's lovely. That's great, Patty. That's when you can have that fun, right? When there's nothing immediately on there, you can say, okay, well, I feel like painting a Christmassy design, or I feel like painting bright colors, or we'll do some blues and do a couple of different colors. That's fun. That's great. Yeah. Packing can be creative. That's true. It's like a Tetris game. Yes, exactly. Yeah, me too. I gotta prep too. So there's 1, 2, you, and then that's where the dot is. So just above that dot is where I want to start. And that's going, sorry. No. That's one of the hardest things, right? It's one of the reasons why I stopped doing the custom orders for mugs. I will take custom orders on when it feels good and when it feels like fun. But if it doesn't feel like fun, it was so, I just didn't enjoy it, you know, whereas being able to pick and choose, like if somebody says, hey, could you make some like this, and be able to say, yes, I can, or no, I can't, and know that you have the freedom to say no, it makes a big difference. Because when it's not fun, it's like the whole reason I started doing this was because it was supposed to be fun, right? Like I don't want to lose that. And I fully believe that when we're not enjoying what we're doing, I really don't think that that we're doing our best work. I really, really don't. Oh, this one's way thrown off. Why is that? I must have used a different stencil. Oh, no wonder it's all effed up then. Son of a bitch, eh? Well, I need my eraser again. Sorry. Apparently I'd put one of my guide marks in the wrong spot, so that's why it was feeling weird drawing these lines and having them not make sense. And they weren't even with the 2 sides. Okay, sorry. I'm coming back. Coming back. How do you know where to make the lines you're doing now? That is a very good question. So what I'm doing now is I'm looking on here, trying to replicate where I drew them here on this side, because I drew these ones after the green was already painted. But I didn't think ahead to say, maybe I should transfer those to the other 3 sides so I don't have to do this later. I did not do that. So I know that this dot is at when I'm putting my marks down, it's at or around this second mark. So all of these bottom lines, the bottom line in this wide piece, are going to hit this vertical line just at or above that marking for this dot. And then this one will go from this corner to just above where the dot is here. This one was up a little high. This dot actually should have been down here more if I'd stuck with my actual guidelines. Does that help, Nicole? I think I explained it, but let me know if that makes sense. Only looking at the other side, because if I didn't have that other side for reference, I'd be pooched. Completely pooched. It does. That's exactly how I felt, right? Whereas opposed to somebody says, "Hey, I'd love to." There are certain people I think that you can feel it with and say, "Hey, if I painted, like I know I could paint something." If Tina said, "Hey, Jamie, could I get a couple custom mugs off of you?" Or I could get a custom incense holder off of you, or a custom candle holder off of you, without specifying too much. I know that as long as I use some purples and made it really pretty, that chances are it's going to work out, right? I think that custom orders become easier when you get to know your collectors and enthusiasts and the friends that you want to paint for, right? And then there's just that too. There are some people that I would love the idea of doing a painting for them, because I also know that if it didn't turn out fine, I know that I would do something pretty that would sell somewhere, right? But when it's under the gun and it's trying to, yeah, it's just really, really difficult. And I had a lot of freedom with the custom mugs, but it just really wasn't enjoyable. And especially because there are days where I wake up, I'm like, I don't want to paint a mug. I don't want to paint a mug. I don't want to deal with the ceramics. I don't want to deal with the baking. I just want to paint something else. Tina, try to think ahead with everything life. Most times it's a good thing, but sometimes it's not. That's true. Sometimes it's detrimental. However, can I get a custom squirrel figurine? Jamie, shut up, Steffi. Do you know, are you ready for the fact that I'm now going searching for more of these critters on motorcycles? And if there is a squirrel on a motorcycle, guess what's going to be waiting for you when you come up to visit? Well, and I think that's the thing, Tina. I think that's the thing that makes it fun, right? Like when somebody says, "Hey, would you paint something for me?" Just go nuts with it. I know I'm going to love whatever you do. And you know that that's true, right? I think there's a lot of comfort and safety in that. And I feel like those are the people that you want to do custom stuff for, right? Those are the ones that it would be fun to do custom for. Those are the ones that we do custom for you before we even ask for custom for you. Steffi. Yep, now you did it. You're going to have a squirrel on a motorbike waiting for you when you come visit. All right, so let's try. I'm nervous about keeping it face down for too long because I can hear the paint stick to my surface. So I feel like I should get some parchment paper and lay it down. So you know what? I'm going to do that just in case, because the paint's not fully cured yet. I'm nervous it's going to pick up something from the table or it's going to rip off. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. And I'm going to tape this down too because this is going to fly all over the place and be irritating as shit. All right. Because of who I am, I need to cut the edges. If you have never packed and shipped your art before, parchment paper is a great option for wrapping any of your canvases in. It won't stick to your paints. Sometimes, like if you wrap tissue paper or bubble wrap around something, it could stick to your paints. If your paints are at all sticky, or if it's in a warm environment or a damp environment, all those things could kind of bring that out. So parchment paper is a great option. The only problem with parchment paper is that nothing effing sticks to it. So when you wrap something in parchment paper, having any hope in hell of having like a piece of tape stick to it to hold it together around whatever you've wrapped it around, whole other story. So just kind of prepare yourself for that, that if you're going to wrap something in parchment paper, you want to have some kind of way to seal it almost all the way around. That's the only way I've figured out, but it also would be worth doing some Googling to see, because I'm sure there are plenty of artists out there that have come up with all kinds of tricks there. And if you have a trick that you've been using, shipping your art, definitely share it and compare notes and give people ideas. But this should at least, it's not going to keep it from flattening, but it'll keep it from, picking up anything from the table. Or transferring any of the paint onto the table. Oh, that's not straight. All right, so we need to do it this way. This way. So these lines aren't going to be perfect compared to where they were on other pieces, but I want to keep them parallel. So this line isn't going to go straight into that corner. We're just going to kind of ish, you know, just kind of ish. All right, there we go. So then if we divide that in half, and that in half, and that in half, and that in half, that should actually be down about there. All right, now we can paint. So let's get our green and our brown. I've got 4 bottles of Bambi, and 3 of them only have, like, this one is pretty close to full. These ones are all partial ones. So I think I'm gonna set my stands up, put them upside down, and then transfer them all into one bottle. I feel like that might be worthwhile. I know it took forever to get everything I sent to you. I know. I just got to keep a constant flow coming to you, Tina, so that it always feels like something's coming, so that you never feels like you're waiting too long. Okay. I feel like this has some paint boogers in the lid that I need to deal with. Yep, I was right. Get out of there. All right. Oh, unwrapping everything to actually get at it all. Yeah, I tend to overdo it every once in a while. Yeah, I definitely overdo it. I'm so paranoid that something is going to happen to it, you know? I'm so freaking terrified that, and I'm more terrified that something's going to happen to it and it's going to be my fault. At least with that amount of packaging, you know that if something happened to it, it wasn't the packaging. Yeah, I definitely overdid it. One of the things too that I haven't gotten the hang of yet is, you know, packing multiple different things in one box, right? Like most of my orders have been like one mug and maybe a couple keychains. Like I don't get a lot of orders for like a mug and a candle holder or a bunch of different things like that. So I've got specific boxes for those individual things because that's what I'm used to selling them. At most a couple ornaments at a time, right? So it's quite different to be packing up that box. And so I definitely overdo it because I'm so afraid that I've picked the wrong box or things are going to slide around or someone's going to chuck it on the floor or chuck it against a wall. Like, I find it very stressful. Some things I've got my process down for packing, but other things throw me for a big loop. And then that means you guys get paper that hopefully you will have a reason to keep it and use it again, hopefully anyway. David, how are you? That's my goal. I pick it up and I keep shaking that box until I don't hear anything move. And then I give it a little squeeze so I know it's got a little bit of a buffer. I'm like, beautiful. Here we go. How you doing, David? It's good to see you. How you been? Dun, 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 dun. Oops. Oh no, I'm okay. Oh, I thought I was painting in the wrong direction for a minute. That scared me. We're good though. Doing good. I'm glad you're here too. It's so great to see you. And I'm glad you're doing good. Long time no see. It's so hard, right? I've had a really difficult time getting some afternoon lives on the schedule for quite a while, but hopefully that will not be the case going forward and I'll be able to start doing some more. Because there's a whole bunch of you that I just don't get to see as often. So this is lovely. What have you been up to? You keeping busy? Mm-hmm. Sorry about the wind, you guys, and the noise. I still refuse to shut my windows. That was too big. It's gonna make these a little bit lopsided, but that's okay. Mm-hmm. Now, the smartest thing I probably could have done would have been to draw these same lines on the final end as well at the same time, but apparently that's not in the cards today. So I'll wait until this is dry and then do that. Let's see. Back at painting, yay! Hard finding the time, right? Wouldn't that be nice? I always think back, I'm like, remember COVID lockdown? That was good. It's not good, but it was good. Lots of time. All right, so now let's do this one. No. Let's do this one. So what kind of stuff have you been painting since you've been getting back to it? Is that when you did the first tutorial? That's so cool. An OG. That's so cool. Yeah, I remember, hearing about everything. It was scary, and the idea of getting sick was scary and everything. And I'm not trying to minimize that, but then I remember feeling really bad for a couple of my friends because they were really, really struggling with lockdown and isolation. But at the same time, I couldn't relate. I'm like, this is awesome. I can get up whenever I want. I can go to sleep whenever I want. I don't have to go out and interact with a ton of people. It was great. Ordering 100 bottles of paint online. You're like, yep, let's settle in. Sit down with the paints. That's awesome. I remember just saying to those friends, going, I wish you could feel the peace that I feel right now, and I don't know how to help you do that. I liked it because no one, exactly, right? Oh, sorry, not in my bubble. No planned appointment. Can't come over. But a year before you took the plunge and haven't looked back. Even the delivery people just drop things in the garage. Yeah. We get so few phone calls that every time the phone rings now during the day, I'm like, oh my God, what's happened? What's wrong? That's when I realized I liked being at home so much and being alone, right? I feel that, Nicole. I was like, this is great. You binged Breaking Bad during lockdown? That's a good one. Yeah, exactly, Tina. I'm like, oh no, I can't go anywhere. This is terrible. Guess I'm gonna stay home. I'm really sad. But I know that there were a lot of people that were legit struggling. So I don't want to minimize that, but oh my goodness, I was living my best life during lockdown. And I think a lot of people were. And I think there was a lot of people, you know, like us that were like, yep, this is good. I can stay home. I can maybe do some things that I want to do. There was some freedom there that I think, and some quiet there that I think a lot of people were craving. And I still maintain that I think COVID did a lot in, you know, redefining the words want and need and changing a lot. I think a lot of people's priorities changed after COVID of what was important to them. A lot of people reevaluated what they wanted to do. A lot of people created new relationships with the people they met online, or, you know, came up with new ideas. It says something for what happens when there is a little bit of peace for some people, right? Seems everything came back to, yeah, right? I agree, David. I think there hasn't been enough talk around, you know, the people who were quite traumatized by it, right? And who really did struggle with a lot of it. And just figuring out what was normal again, because I think everyone got this taste of, you know, maybe I don't have to do things the way that I've been doing them. Maybe there's a different way. You know, even just seeing it with businesses, right? There's all these businesses that have been fighting the idea of having employees work from home, only to get there where they had to. And I think, you know, people started to see, hey, I don't have to commute 2 hours every day in each way to work every day. It's not necessary. There's places that will let me do this from home. And I think it opened up a lot of options, right? That's when you learned to sew, made masks for you and Dad. That's so cool. Our employer refused to shut down until we lost a coworker, then we're off for months. Wow, that's terrible, Steffi. Hey, Gren, how you doing? Happy Friday to you, too. That's terrible, Steffi. That's heartbreaking. At that point in time, I was wanting to do my art full time. I'm always kind of saying that that's what I wanted to do. And my other business that I was running, all of my clients shut down. So everything came to a standstill. So that's when I was kind of like, okay, well, maybe now's the time. Maybe now's the time to give it a shot and see what happens. And then as I was kind of halfway there, and then as things kind of started to come back online and people started opening up the businesses again and everything kind of went, quote unquote, back to normal. All I kept thinking is all I've heard for years is people bitching and complaining about the status quo, and now they're so happy to get back to this normal that they were living before and they were miserable in. And including myself, I looked at my reality and it wasn't what I wanted to do. And so then when all of my clients started opening back up again and reaching out to me like, hey, are you still in business? That's when I jumped and I'm like, nope, I got to start telling them no, because I don't want to get back into this again. I like being home anyway, so COVID, yeah, right, Cara? It was kind of like, yep, I'm good. I'm perfectly fine to stay here. Give me my knitting needles and my yarn and some good stuff to watch on TV. I'm good. I agree. Debbie, I spent the lockdown so scared my job was deemed essential. Oh, Debbie. And then your daughter took a job at a COVID test center. Oh my God. That must have been so scary. I'm so sorry you went through that. Holy crap, Tina. I hope everything's all right. Hope it doesn't materialize. That's scary. Yeah, that must have been so scary, eh? People who had the essential jobs, you guys did not get paid enough for having to continue to work. Not even close. It's not too far away. Is there one that's confirmed to have touched down already? And then you later, Steffi, you've got one for later? God, that's scary. Oh, guys. So what do you do in in the case of a tornado? Is that when you get into a doorway? Often get watches but not warnings too often. Oh God, it's so scary. A lot quit after, I bet. Like they're healthcare workers that worked through that are not okay. They're not okay. I don't blame them. It must have been awful. Wherever you're honking, stop it. Uh-oh, I gotta sneeze. Hold on a sec, you guys. I think it went away. Oh, excuse me. You're watching the same system, Steffi? Get into an interior room, but our only place from the winds is a hallway. Gotcha. Shitting your pants. Yeah. Because there's so little, right? Like that you can do for it. Like what do? You just hope for the best. Well, I hope it doesn't come anywhere near you guys, and I hope that nobody gets hurt. I'm not going to do any more of this one because I'm totally going to get my hand in paint, so I'm going to come back to that. We'll do that tonight on the live on TikTok. Yeah. Can't justify that risk. So I'm not doing it. And I think we'll wait and we'll do the gold tonight as well because I don't want to risk having any of it run in with these big green swoops. So we'll wait until tonight and do the gold that will go in between, and we'll do that other section. Be a little slow going, but that's okay. It's okay. Okay. Almost. Okay, so you up there, I'll put you right there, you right there. All right, yeah, I'm not tempting fate with any of the rest of these. Well, maybe I am. Yeah, I'm gonna tempt fate. Screw it. Screw it. was a mistake. I can already tell you it was a mistake. It's all right. All right. I think that is all we're going to be able to do for today. And that's okay. I'm good with that. That was a good chunk that we did. So I'll start off tonight's live and I'll do the gold because these ones will be done really quickly and I can do them on a side note at any point in time. So I think I will go and grab the canvas now that we've got to do rows of dots with. But this is coming along nicely. Are you heading out, Cara? All we can do is go in this little hall area, no place really without a window. That's the hard part. I hope it does too, Tina. I get all nervous and so uncomfortable when it's windy. I can't imagine. Yeah, no kidding, right? That's a whole other level of scared. No confirmed sighting, but spotted rotation. Okay, that's good. Yeah, lots of love. Yeah, I hope so too. Or you, Steffi. All right, I'm gonna go set this out in the other room and I'm gonna bring the canvas in and we'll keep going. All right, canvas. Ooh. So on this one, we need to do some rows of dots. We are using Chuckwalla and Tumbleweed. So we're doing these rows of dots here. So we've got 5 rows of dots done so far, and we're gonna go all the way out into the corner. So I figured, let's do a little bit of that, shall we? Sky's currently a tad green, and for 2 hours we're under the gun. It's hot, 81, but supposedly cooling off. Wow. Oh, thanks, Debbie. I'll catch it after, but thank you. I'll double check it. Thank you, thank you. All right. That out of the way. And here. Yeah. But thank you. I'll make sure I watch for it. I'll keep an eye out for it now. All right. So these are alternating rows of Tumbleweed and Chuckwalla. Tumbleweed, Chuckwalla, Tumbleweed, Chuckwalla. Very, very subtle difference. Much less of a difference here compared to in the main body of the painting, but it's the same 2 colors and only 2 colors. So we're just going to keep it going. I think it's going to look really cool. I think the color difference in the stripes are going to make a difference probably more once it's done and dependent on the angle that you look at it from, but we'll go there. It's been pouring most of the day. Yuck. Plus the dots are going to get bigger, right? Because we've got more real estate to cover now with our paints. The farther we move out from the center, the larger our dots are going to be. Now, if you want to keep your dots all the same size and keep them, like if you'd wanted to do something like this and do them all small, then you can't rely on the painting in the spaces between each dot, like the little dip that we place our dots in. You would want to make all of your dots in line with each other as best as you can. All right, and we slowly move on. Oh, you were thinking you were going to miss the goodbye. No, you got me for another hour. Glad you're back. My hands are feeling it a little bit. So this is a lot of slow going too, right? Because I'm putting these dots so close together, I don't want to, I've been able to do a couple rows at a time, but I don't think I'm going to attempt it with this one because the dots are so much bigger now. I feel like there's a bubble buried under there in that dot, but we'll see. Oh, crap. And I had some dots run together. Shit. No. Oh. I get that one now too. Pooper scooper. Any of you over there running together? No. Okay. So let me grab a brush. I'll touch that up. And then we can hopefully move on. Hopefully. Okay. Let that dry. We'll come back and do those in a couple minutes. Okay. Let me spin. Let's hope that no more run together. Oh, you rotten son of a... That was a splurt for sure. All right. Break out the brush. Just wiping the paint off is going to leave a film behind it. So it won't have the matte finish of the gesso unless I paint back over it. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. So we will move backwards this way. Okay, no more. Understand? Tumbleweed? No more. Oops, there we go. Okay, so we'll come back to that other spot. We'll have to redo this one. Anybody else running together? No, everybody else looks good. Lovely. All right, you guys doing all right? I feel like I'm pushing it there. I feel like I'm using too much paint. I'm begging for these dots to run together again. The other thing that might have been cool to do would have been to keep all of the dots the exact same size, and then as you move out from the center, there'd just be more space between them. That could have been interesting. That's something I might try on another one. Okay, so we need to go back to this one here. Stay. Woo! All right, I think we got it. I think that is going to be, that's going to be the end of the bliss drops for this one because I can really feel it in my hands. So I'm going to switch to the spiral dot piece that we worked on last night for a bit. But let's do a zoom out first. So this is where we're getting to. It's getting better, getting closer to being done. I think it's pretty neat. I still have no idea if we're going to add in any more in these spaces or in here. We might. But we'll wait and see. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so I'm going to try and carry this back out to the other room really carefully so I can set it down and hopefully none of the paint runs together. And I'm going to be right back with our pastel spiral weirdness, and we'll work on that one a bit. I'll be right back. Okay. This one. Let's work on this one. All right. Everybody doing all right? So, we have some partial dots to do in here. I might wait and do all of the partial dots when all of the other dots are done. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to paint over these ones because I'm going to redo them. I'm not going to sand it down or anything, but the spacing was off on this one, so I'm going to paint over that with gesso, and then we will start this spiral over here. And because this one turned out really well. Really, really well. I think we should also do some swoops in here maybe and try out the swoops just to make sure we like them. I mean, we've already tested this one out. We might as well test the swoops out too. Thanks, Nicole. So the spacing was off on this one. I feel like I got more comfortable with how to figure out the spacing and how to maintain the spacing on this one here. So that's why I'm painting over this one, and I'm changing the direction of the spiral, the color combo as well. I decided that because the spiral is spinning in the opposite direction of these ones, that the colors should go in the opposite direction as well. So that was the other change that we made when we started on this one here on the left. So I'm just gonna paint over these. I'll be able to dot right over top. Won't be a problem. I'm really planning on covering almost every inch of this piece, because what I want to do after all of these are done and all of these larger circular guidelines are done, I want to do cluster dotting to fill in the background. And I've got a couple different ideas on how to do it, but I'm not completely decided yet, but that's what I'm thinking. So once, like for all in here, for example, this would all be cluster dotting. But I'm not 100% sure yet, but that's what I'm thinking for now anyway. Paint boogers are a bitch and a half, aren't they? And they hide, especially the ones that hide, right? Where you're like, I'm good. I'm just going to paint right along here and everything's fine. And then guess what? So if we have, how many colors do we have? We have 8 colors, including white. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 swoops that we're going to do. So we're going to take white out of it. And we're just going to do smaller swoops so that I can do 4 colors in each one. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. All right. Paints. Get these ready. Might have to give them a little stir, but I think we'll be all right today. Don't forget, everybody, to sacrifice your chickens and burn your sage for Barb. we got in shit last night. She's gonna come for us if we don't do it this time. Oh, these need to be stirred because they're quite thick. All right, bear with me. I'm gonna have to mix up and stir up some paints a little bit here. So how much packing do you have left, Debbie? Are you getting close to the last bits of it? Are you getting excited for it to be done? So I just added some matte medium to this. It's a fluid medium it's not the same as a pouring medium, but it does still make the paints more fluid, just not quite as much as pouring medium does. But you want to make sure that you're not only continually adding medium to your paints to thin them down, you want to make sure you take some paint right out of the bottle too. Otherwise, they're going to get really transparent. It's hailing. Oh, crap, Tina. That's not good. Is it pretty loud? Is it big hail? Are you able to tell? Oh, wow, that must sound really loud on a metal roof. But yeah, thank goodness for that. Can take a few more direct hits, right? You know what? I'm just going to make these work because I don't have the patience to stir anymore. So let's just make sure that our paper towel, I've got a damp paper towel, and then we will move on with life because I don't have the patience for it. It will probably come back to bite me in the ass. But you know what? It is what it is. One, two. Oops. 3, and 4. Damp paper towel. I'm going to spray this down with water. That should keep it from drying out while we have to have them all open. I can just have 1 or 2 sections of the palette open at a time. All right, let's do a few swoops, shall we? Just for funsies. All right, so we are going to do some fairly small swoops. All right, I'm going to use pink first. No, you need to move over here. All right, I'm going to use my pointy tool because I need to mix more fluid medium with my paint. It's too thick. Just add more paint on here. Okay. I knew it would come back to bite me in the ass. I just didn't think it would be quite that fast. That's okay. We'll do it this way. How we doing? Okay, I'm back, even though I didn't know I was gone because I had exited and thought Jane was just really quiet painting. Oh, Steffi. Oh, that's so exciting, Cara. Oh, I'm excited for ya. That's fun. So cool. That's so fun, Cara. Are you going to finish your sweater first, or are you going to start playing with it? Yeah, totally can't wait to see what she does. She's so talented, eh? All right. Yellow. Sorry, I'm having to focus a lot harder than I thought. Yeah. Definitely would love to see pics when you start playing with it. All right, green. Just cleaning the paint off my tool here. Bear with me. There we go. All right. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think we're getting there. I think the swoops will look kind of cool there. That's so fun, Cara. That's going to be so fun to play with. Okay, I need purple now. Awesome. Lovely. Love to see pictures. Okay, blue now. All right, last one. And then I'll zoom out and we'll see what this looks like. All right, let's have a look-see. I think that looks kind of cool with the swoops. I think that looks really cool, actually. I like that a lot. Okay, ideas. Ideas and ideas. All right, so we're gonna do the next set of swoops then. Yeah, like the swoops? Yay! That's awesome. Yay, I'm glad you like it. This one's fun. This is really fun. Okay. If your paint is a little too translucent, like if you've used a little too much medium and not enough paint, what's going to end up happening is the edges of your swoops and the edges of your dots are almost going to look cloudy. So if that ever happens, you'll notice it happens if you buy a heavy-bodied paint that is labeled as translucent as well. Does everybody here know when you're looking at heavy-bodied paints like Liquitex Basics or Amsterdam paints like that, does everybody know how to know whether it's an opaque color? Would you like me to show it? I can show an example if you'd like. Because you will be able to tell right on the bottle. Now, you don't usually see it on bottles of craft paint, but every once in a while you'll get a craft paint too that's quite thin and quite translucent. One of the ways to kind of rectify that, if you've put some paint down and it is quite thin, is just go back in and add some more paint in with your dotting tool like I just did there. So re-dip it and place more paint, and then use that paint to cover. And almost do just a second coat. If that piece is still available when the US comes back to decency, I would be wanting to buy that one. This will be one that I will get scanned and turned into a print as well. For sure. For sure, for sure. I wonder how big I'd have to make a sticker of this in order to not lose any detail. I'll have to do some thinking. See what I can figure out. But yeah, I will definitely make it available as a print as well. clean off my tool. Find a new spot on my cloth. There we go. That's a little better. You want to see the heavy body bottle? Sure. Ooh, a round area rug. I can do that. I can totally do that. So the key will be then I need to, oh, Steffi, shit. Well, shit. All right, let's look at the heavy body bottles. So I've got 2 Liquitex Basics bottles. See this one here that has, you see this little square? If it's an outline, it is transparent. If it is half dark and half outlined like it is here, this is translucent. If you're putting on lots of paint, it's not going to be as big of a deal. Translucent is another story because no matter how many layers you put on, it'll get a little bit better. But like I use this one all the time and I use it for coning and there's no translucency. It's totally fine. And then if you see one like this one is a lot smaller. So let me zoom in more. And you see the square here and it's completely filled in. That's when you know that it's opaque. Okay. For another example, I was so disappointed because I bought, oh, where is it? Oh, I must have gotten rid of it. I bought a kind of like a fuchsia color and I brought it home and it was translucent and it didn't matter what I did with it. It didn't work for me. Now, one of the things that I have heard, or sorry, it was a transparent one. One of the things that I have heard from other artists that I wish I had known this when I still had that bottle, and I'll make sure I do it for my other ones, is if you just add 1 or 2 drops of white paint to a translucent paint, it will brighten it up, but it'll also help make it a little bit more opaque as well. So there you go. Yeah. Yeah, thanks. No, I can totally do that though. You know what's funny is I've always wanted to go and do rug tufting. And there's a place in Toronto where you can go and do your own custom rug tufting. Like bring your own design and the whole bit. I'm like, can you imagine if I showed up with this? They'd be like, yeah, no, sorry, go home. The white helps a lot. There you go. Good to know. Thanks, Nicole. Thanks for letting us know that that's something that you've tested. That's great. Are you? Maybe that's what I should do. I should do it as a punch needle instead of like where I can do it at home with my own punch needle and customize it. That would be kind of cool. That'd be what our lives turn into, me sitting and creating this into a punch needle rug. That'd be pretty cool. It would be really freaking cool, actually. Love you, Patty. You take care too. Hope you have a good day. I'll be on TikTok tonight from 8 to 10 if anybody wants to come and hang out. So hopefully we'll see you later, Patty, if you're around, depending on what you're up to. All right, now we go to purple. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mom asked me an interesting question when she saw this piece. She said, "Are you going to put little paw prints in all of the center circles?" I'm like, "Oh, well, there's another modification you could totally make to it." It'd be pretty cute, eh? Mm-hmm. Okay, so there is a section that is almost completed. That looks kind of cool. Oh, now I just had another idea though. Shit. No, I don't want to do that. Now, once I get this one done, then we'll decide if this one should get the same swoops. I think they'll be different though, because it's smaller. I think it might be too cramped. So we'll do, you know what, I'm gonna do some more swoops here because I don't have time or the ability to draw the guidelines that I'm gonna need to do more of the spirals. So I'll add a couple of the more swoops in here and we'll do that for now. Oops. Do, 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 do. Oh, I gotta stretch. Yeah, I'm thinking now, trying to think of what else. I really can't decide what else I could do with some of these elements until I get the rest of the 3 spirals done in the background, I think. Because I think that until those are done, I'm not really going to be able to visualize what to do next. So maybe we'll get to work on a couple of those spirals tonight too. I don't normally do projects that are from my Patreon in my public lives, but this one is such a big one that, and I've got so many other projects on the go, I really didn't want to start something else. So if you are not a member of my Patreon and you want to see the video where this one started and all of the subsequent ones for this design, then if you go to Patreon and search for Mandala Love Affair, you will find me there. And this one was from one of the Inspiration Deck card pull lives. So the inspired tier is the one where this was completed in. If you are a member of the Symmetry Seekers, though, you will also get access to these lives, as well as all of the workshops. So keep that in mind and know that that's there. Lily needs a walk. Have a good walk and give Lily big smooches for us. And maybe we'll see you tonight. We're also starting a new workshop on Patreon tomorrow. And it'll be tomorrow from 2 to 4 and Sunday from 2 to 4 Eastern. And the recordings, of course, will still be there too. But it's going to be a good, challenging one. So on my Patreon, that would be the Symmetry Seekers tier. That's where we do all of our online workshops. And there is a workshop recording archive in there also. There we go. Whoops. Okay. Here. Now we go to the other side. Yeah, it's going to be really unique for sure. I've got to sit today and figure out the guidelines. I'm not going to lie, I haven't figured them out yet. I will. But I have not yet. I love that there are so many people doing so many different sizes and shapes too. Some people are going to paint it on a round surface. Some are going to paint it on a square, some on a rectangle. I think that's going to be really cool. It's why I love when everybody shares what they've done, because it gives so many ideas. And shows how the same design can be done in so many different ways. Okay, now I need my yellow and green. Oh, recycling must be here. Hi, Barb. We got a few minutes left anyway. I already reminded everybody to take care of their sage and their chickens today. Make sure we get it done for you. Oh, shoot. We got a lot done today, Barb. We made progress on the vase. We made progress on the large canvas. We made a lot of progress on the tissue box cover. So another 4 project live. And I re-looked up, a lot of you know that I'm working towards monetizing the YouTube channel for public watch hours. And every time you guys watch one of these lives or watch the replay, it counts towards my hours. Now, I was wrong at where I was sitting. My goal is to get to 3,000. The requirement is to get to 3,000 so that I can monetize the YouTube channel. It's about a week behind. So as of the 27th of April, I was at 990 public watch hours. And I need to be at 3,000. So I just want to thank you guys again. It's helping that number climb so fast with all of the, when you guys come and watch these lives and hang out here or watch the replays. Just thank you for doing that. Thank you for liking the live. Thank you for watching the live. It's pretty cool. 10 minutes before your live started and thought, woohoo, then got in the house and it's nonstop picking up. Oh no. Oh, that sucks. Yes, we were very productive, weren't we? We were very productive. Another good day. I know you guys always laugh when I say we, but you know, I do see it as so cumulative because you're why I'm sitting down and painting today. There are so many other things that are on my task list that I don't sit down and paint unless it's for on a live. I want to change that, and I'm working to change that so that I can do a lot more. But you guys really help me, so it really is a we feel to it, because if we weren't hanging out here, I certainly wouldn't be getting this stuff done. And I'm sorry to hear, Barb, that sucks. I hope everybody's okay. Barb, yeah. Hello, everyone. Thank you, Cara. Yours is a 10-inch circle. That'll be perfect. It's going to be really fun. I'm really excited. I have no idea what to do for colors, so I think keep it simple for the first one. Pick just a couple different colors that you would just grab for any kind of mandala, because we're still going to just be creating rows upon rows of mandala designs, right? So, or maybe even pick 2 or 3 colors that you want to kind of either do a color grade with, or just switch between those few colors. But pick as many colors as you want. I might pick like 4 or 5 colors. Somewhere between 3 and 5 colors is probably where I'll go. But it's not going to matter either way. Like, we're not going to be... This is much more about the design than it is about color, that's for sure. But we will be able to start painting tomorrow, so we'll talk a lot about color while we're getting everything ready though too. Well, I'm glad it makes you feel productive when we say we too. That's good. I like that. Now you're craving rosemary chicken. Yeah, now I'm just hungry. All right, you guys, so I'm going to keep going here for a couple more minutes, but we are going to sign off shortly. So if you are around this evening and want to come and hang out on TikTok, we'll be there and love to see ya. Spend our Friday night enjoying each other's company. Tomorrow afternoon, like I said, is the Patreon workshop. So if you are a member of the Symmetry Seekers tier on Patreon, keep an eye out for your posts for your links, and we will get at it tomorrow for our new design. If you're interested in the Patreon tiers, definitely search my name on Patreon and you will find the different bits of information there. If you're interested in learning how to paint dot mandalas, I have a playlist here on my YouTube channel that is called Tutorials. It's a free playlist. Anybody can access it. So if you are brand new to dot mandalas, that's a really good place to start. There's multiple start to finish projects there. And of course, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Leave a comment, leave a question, and I will do my absolute best to find an answer for you. So bear with me one more second here. Steffi, buffet, barbecue rosemary, deep fried butter chicken, chicken fries, chicken fried steak. That sounds great. Chicken. You had orange chicken for lunch? There you go, doing her piece. I've got chicken fries in the freezer. I'm gonna have some of them for dinner tonight. And I'll light a sage candle. Going to dinner tonight, which means I have to people and wear a bra. Boo. Boo. Yes, and that's true. You don't have to wear a bra. I want to get some of those sticky things. See if they work. Hold everything in place. Yeah, that's true. At least you get more food. At least you get to have some food. So we're going to keep working on all the same projects tonight. We'll just try and get them moving along a little bit further. All right, we just got 2 more swoops to do, so I will, or 2 more colors of swoops, so we'll get those done, and then I will sign off for today. But thank you again for coming and watching. Anybody else live after me that you guys are headed to next? Jenna or Tara live? Ashley live? Almost. And then we've got all of the swoops done for now, at least. think we're going to have a lot of strategizing sessions with this piece as we start to fill in more and more space. Could be opportunity for more of these little small circles. We're just going to keep filling it up. All right, let me do a zoom out. I'm going to just close up my paints here. And then let's do a zoom out and see how this bad boy is coming together. I got to remember to put one of those palettes on my order list too, Steffi. Ouch. All right, let's zoom out. Excuse me. Oh, that looks neat. Excuse me. That looks really cool. Wow. Cool. This one I should put under a playlist called Weird Shit My Brain Comes Up With. Is Jenna's power? Did Jenna lose power? Oh, that's not good. Gonna be slapping my squeaky rubber chicken during the game. There's a dress code, so y'all better stand behind me on this issue. I wish I could stay, Tina. I unfortunately have some stuff I gotta go get done. I wish. Hopefully someday. Bought 100 pack of those squeakers from Temu. Nothing is safe. Everybody that comes over and sits on any chair, under the toilet seat, everything. Nunny's live? Okay, good, Cara. Awesome. Jenna was back last night. Good. It was great to see you, David. Ooh, blacklight top dots would be cool. Yeah. All right, you guys. I love you to bits. Have a good rest of your afternoon, and hopefully I'll see some of you on TikTok tonight from 8 to 10 p.m. Eastern if you are around. If you are not around, I will look forward to seeing you whenever our paths cross again. Workshop tomorrow afternoon, but I will be back on YouTube tomorrow night from 7 to 9 as well. Thank you, Cara. I hope you have a great rest of your day, too. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Bye.